Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's meal kit number 72 for for September 29th to October 2nd, and from October 7th to October 8th. Because Thanksgiving is next week, or potentially this week if you're watching this video next week, we want to carry forward our menu for a week and a half, and then we're going to transition to an awesome Thanksgiving menu for the 9th and 10th. So we're open that week from the Thursday to the Sunday. So if you're watching this week, I hope you order up something delicious for your Thanksgiving dinner. We also have a great new Big Night In kit starting next week as well. So all kinds of different great menus for you. We've got a beautiful one for you tonight. We've got a little bit of juggling because we've got both the appetizer and the main course that needs some time in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. So we've got our lovely potato pave, and I've got it on a baking sheet, and it's going into the oven at 450 degrees. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Sure, 15 minutes, starting now.
Perfect. So then we're going to add our lovely roasted tomato tartine into the oven, but it needs 5 minutes and then 5 minutes, and we're just going to juggle it. It's going to be great. But hopefully you take the time to do the appetizer first and then the main course. But I'm going to show you it sort of mashed up all together to make the video a little bit shorter. But before we get started, I really want to do a big shout out to the Ottawa Hospital emergency room doctors and staff. So I understand many of you have ordered the meal kit this week for a special celebration, and all of us at Curated by Becta and our customers want to just say thank you for all of that you have done for us and for our community over the last year and a half during this pandemic. I really hope you love your meal kits, and thanks for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home. Okay, so on to the appetizer. We have a pan that we're going to, I've got a cast iron pan and I'm going to use double duty so that I don't have to do too many dishes tonight, or my family doesn't. This thing needs to, oh, why is that not starting? There we go. Because I see, we're going to do total bloopers here. Sometimes when we do a little cleaning, the cast iron pan is off. Center a little bit. Yes, stop beeping. There we go. So we're going to get this up to medium-high heat. We're going to take our sourdough, and you're going to butter both sides of it. Just think about doing a grilled cheese for one of your kids. And soften the butter. What I did is I just threw it in the microwave for 20 seconds, and then you should be able to spread it easily. And we're going to put it in the pan for about 45 seconds on each side. I didn't let the pan get super hot, so maybe it's going to be a little longer on the first side. Make sure I get the butter coated on both sides here. And I'm just going to use, there's going to be a little bit of butter in this pan that's going to be perfect. And I'm going to reuse it for the steak searing. Make sure I get it all. Okay, that guy is done. And the steak, it's going to be great. So we've got some lovely cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to need a spoon for those guys. And we've got all kinds of different garnishes. So the basil is going to be ripped up at the end. We're going to spread the onion jam on the toast before we go into the oven. So you're going to want to get a baking sheet ready to go with a little parchment paper on it. And then I've got another baking sheet with a cookie rack because we're going to be resting the steak on there. And then I've got some canola oil ready for my steak and my veggies. And then the steak you're going to cut out of the sous vide bag. And the steak this week is marinated in chimichurri, so it's got a little bit of a green tinge to it because it's a lot of very vibrant herbs. Take it out of the bag and put it on some paper towel and just pat it dry. And then, oh yeah, I forgot to get the salt and pepper out tonight. I'm totally in the weeds, as they say in the restaurant business. So we're going to generously salt and pepper it both before and afterwards, and also on both sides. And while this is happening, I'm going to tell you about the beautiful white wine that we've got going on. This is an Arositico monograph from the Gaia winery in Greece. And the way that Connor describes this one, fresh lemon zest melds with mountainous herbs like oregano, thyme, and laurel leaf. Weighted mouthfeel acts as a control to the mineral and fresh finish. It is beautiful. There's a salinity in this because of the salt water around the island that just makes it so beautiful. And it's going to go great with the tomatoes. Okay, my grilled cheese stuff is looking good. Flip it over. I'm going to turn this down just a touch. And then it's going to be 45 seconds. Then we're going to put it on this and gear it all up for the topping. Let me make sure I get this right. So the jam is going to go on first, onion jam, and then we're going to place the tomatoes in a layer. And you can place them open-faced or down, whichever is your preference. I'm going to try to do them open-faced because I think that's going to be a little prettier. Okay, so that guy is good. Little tongs, and it's got some butter on there. So let's bring this over. Little spoon, onion jam. Now that we've got our executive chef, Katie Ardington, back from maternity leave, there was a thought today like, hey, maybe Katie will do some of these videos. You guys should email me and let me know if you want to see, if you're getting tired of my face and you would like to see a little variety of people doing these videos, because maybe Katie would enjoy it. I haven't even talked to her at all, and she's really busy with the kitchens right now. But anyway, why don't you send us an email, yum@becta.com, and let me know if you'd like a little variety, and maybe Katie will do one of these for you as well. Okay, now tomatoes. I think they're prettier up, but you know what? I'm going to do one up and one down, and we'll see which one looks better in the end. And there may be more tomatoes than you can fit on the sourdough. That's okay. They're really delicious this time of year, so just pop one in your mouth. Oh yeah, I was sorry. I was going to do one face down. I'm really on fire today with my very authentic meal kits. Maybe I had more than one glass of wine as I was ramping this up. Who knows? Okay, so this guy goes in the oven, and it's going to go on the top of the oven because the potato pave is at the bottom. And now that that's happening, hey Google, set another alarm for 5 minutes.
Your alarm set for today at 7:02 p.m.
Perfect. So we've got a little bit of butter on there, but I'm going to add some canola oil to the pan, and that is going to be searing our steak. Yeah, we got the salt and pepper nicely, and it was pretty warm already, so I bet you it is ready to go. Let's see how long the flank steak goes for. It says turn on the hood fan. We've got a relatively good ventilated kitchen, very high ceilings, but I'm going to turn it on a little bit, so sorry about the noise. Sear for 45 seconds per side, and then add 1 tablespoon of butter and remove from heat, and we're going to spoon the butter over that. So I've got my butter all ready to go, and I got my tongs. 45 seconds per side, so we just want a little bit of brown to it, a nice crust to it. And if you decide that you want to take this past medium rare, put it in the oven for 3 minutes per degree of doneness. So if you want to medium, 3 minutes, medium well, 6 minutes. And because we've already cooked it for you, we've done it sous vide to rare, and then we take it a little bit further. Okay, so as soon as you got a nice little crust on there, away you go. I'm gonna get my butter ready, and then I've got my lovely demi-glaze here on low. Just going to give it a stir, and let's get our pan going, and then to medium heat. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of canola oil per person. I ran out of grapeseed oil for those of you who follow along. Almost there on the crust. Very soon. I know I'm going to need one of these to do the butter bathing. Then we're going to throw our Brussels sprouts in this guy. So let's turn the heat off. 2 tablespoons of butter for the 2 steaks. And this is where you make the steak really fabulous. It's this butter bathing. Hopefully you can see this at home. And this is the difference between a good and a great steak, is this butter bathing. So I'm going to leave that soaking in the butter for just a second while the butter caramelizes. And I will put our Brussels sprouts open side down. Maybe what I'll do is just pour them all in and turn them over. That might be a better way to do it. Turn any guys over that are not the cut side down. By the way, we've got this awesome red wine from Sicily tonight, from Rallo. This is the first time I've tried it. It's a Syrah, which is not naturally indigenous there, although there is some debate. But Connor tells you all about it in here. It's a really interesting wine. I've loved their Rallo Grillo, which is the white wine they produce. But I'm a huge fan now of the Syrah. I had a little taste earlier, and now it's opened up nicely. So this is the resting part. Take the steak, put it there, and feel free to add the butter to the top. I'm going to turn this up just a touch. Make sure that that we keep on the timing. We have a knife out because we're going to need to slice the steak. And while we're waiting, let me plate up dessert. So tonight is a pecan pie bar. And as per my request, they're only sending me with one. We want to swoosh the ganache on the plate. Sorry, I did that wrong. The ganache is the dark stuff. Hey Google, off. Now, do you think that is my 5-minute timer or my 15-minute timer? Let's ask. Hey Google, how much time is left on the timer? I think that was my 5-minute timer. Pecan bar going on top of the ganache. Brussels sprouts, I bet, are good. So the tomato tart. Now here. And a lot of spoons tonight. So we are taking our lemon ricotta and we're putting it on top of this. And we're going to cancel that, go to broil. Make sure your tomatoes don't fall off. Sorry that the parchment paper is in the way and you can't quite see this fully. Try to spread it out so that it covers all the tomatoes. Don't forget your pan is hot. So that's what it should look like. Going back in. Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, the Brussels sprouts have a nice brown on them. So the shiitake mushrooms are going in. And I believe the butter is going in at the same time. Yep, 1 tablespoon butter per person. Don't forget to season those with salt and pepper at the end. Okay, this pan is all done. Get rid of that. We're gonna warm up the demi-glaze just a little bit. Oh yes, go back to my dessert. Sorry guys, I got distracted. So this is the Bourbon Chantilly. Lots of spoons tonight on this menu. So we have our pecan bar and our Bourbon Chantilly. Mm. Hey Google, off. There we are. Pecan bar, Bourbon Chantilly, and the chocolate ganache. Hey Google, off. Even Google's being a little bit fun tonight. Okay, that's broiling. So this guy is ready. The veg is ready. The demi-glaze is ready. The steak just needs to be sliced. This is funny. I'm going to be plating like the appetizer last. Okay, on our main course plates. Potato pave on one. Going to do the veg beside. Make sure to spread it around so when the steak goes over top, you can still see the veg. Make sure to get the butter in there. Why not? Oh yeah, we don't want to do that. That's no fun. There we go. Turn the hood fan off. So I'm going to bring our steaks over. And I wonder if I turned off both alarms. Yeah, because you know what? Bet you I did. And this is looking lovely anyway. Our tarts. Now we do the final garnish. Grab your basil leaves and you're going to rip them and put them on top. And this one I'm going to do the hemp seeds first, in fact. Let's see which one looks better. The seeds first or afterwards. All right, wow, I'm getting hungry. This looks amazing. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the hemp seeds first. So here we are, our beautiful cherry tomato tart tatin with the fresh basil, toasted hemp seeds, and the lemon ricotta. Move that along in our main course. So you'll see lines in a flank steak, and you want to cut against the lines, against the grain, because that is what is going to make it tender. And by rusting it, you also make it tender because all of the juices go back into the center of the steak and keep it tender. And the one thing I forgot to do is to season the vegetables. So let's do it now. Hey Google, off. That's a reminder to cancel my oven. And we're going to season the steak as well. The good thing to do is sort of spread it out a little bit so that the seasoning goes on the inside as well. And one other little trick is that you can take the final little piece of steak and turn it around like that so that you're seeing red the whole way. And voila. And fan it out nicely. And finally, one more spoon. I apologize, your dishwasher is going to be filled with spoons tonight. So you want the demi-glaze on top of the steak and also around your plate. This stuff is really good, so don't waste any. Perfect. So there is our lovely chimichurri marinated flank steak, roasted Brussels sprout, shiitake mushrooms, potato pave, and demi-glaze. Thanks so much for being part of this, letting us be a part of your special occasion at home, and for ordering this week. And especially thank you to all of the emergency room doctors and staff at the Ottawa Hospital who are enjoying this meal kit at home this week. You guys are terrific. We hope to see you again real soon, and we hope to cook and curate for you real soon.